Hello, Mr. Dinerstein. This is Fahrenheit 451 Monopoly Edition ripoff. Made in China. Okay, here we're gonna start. The go, you will earn around $200 every time you pass go. Every time. But when you start the game, you're only gonna get around $2,000, same way as the Monopoly rules. Pretty much the same thing, but it's a little bit Fahrenheit, whatever you say. First, let's go with our first one. Please let it focus. So it's gonna tell you read through 1 to 2 pages in Fahrenheit. So we're gonna go in here and start reading each page. Sorry, I'm just a bit nervous. So you're gonna read each page of Fahrenheit. So it says you have to read 1 through 2. Okay, you have to read 1 through 2 each time you roll a dice. And it's pretty much kind of complicated, but this is the way I thought of it because it was too hard to find other ways. And if I did, it took longer and more, and I couldn't find any suggestions that would work in Monopoly, would make sense. So, yeah. So every time I have these, how Monopoly has these. Every time you rent a house, when you buy a house, I mean, you get this every time. So say like this, the rent will cost 100, but you paid 150, right? Okay, if a player lands on your spot specifically, they're gonna owe you $100 on rent. Each time you buy a house, so once you buy 2 green houses, right here, you're able to unlock a red house, and you're able to have $400. I'm sorry. These are the only materials I'm able to have. I didn't have enough money, so this is with my own money. Sorry. I'll probably fix it soon when I get some of my money and repair it. I put a Minecraft chest as the treasure box in Monopoly. That's how it works. The treasure box will have different questions like these. Get out of jail. It's simple as that, but there's some questions they're gonna ask you. It says, you found some books. You can get 150. I could have put more contents, but I didn't have time. It was just these, but I had to go somewhere today, so I just had to put some of the stories. I know that this is hard to explain to me. Like, it's hard. Just get through with this, please. Be patient with me. I'm not good at explaining people. I'm bad at it. Please have me mercy. Same as this. Every time you go past, through all the colors, you're gonna read each page, and you cannot skip the paragraph or anything. You have to read the whole thing to know what it's talking about. And I was thinking later, or probably next time when I refix it, I want to add, once you read 1 through 2, say there's 1 through 2, right? 1 through 2, you're gonna tell me what is it happening there, like pretty much like a small test of it. Okay, and I had some questions that I made and found some in the internet and made it in my own. Once you get the mystery ones, you're gonna have questions like these. It says, the cops found all your books. Now grab all your money and throw it in the air. It's pretty much telling one of the story parts of the Fahrenheit 451. I have the answer, but I don't know if I should put it. To be honest, I just put the question of it. There's another question like these. Let me grab one. It says here, the robotic dog seems more caution around you. You give everyone $100 as that's the treasure box. And it says this, What does Milray do all day? It's pretty much asking you questions about Fahrenheit, and you're supposed to answer them. And if you don't answer them correctly, you lose a few hundreds. It doesn't say here, but you're supposed to lose $100 each one if you don't get an answer correctly. And you have to use a book for it. You have to use a book for it. If you don't have pretty much the document you have to have necessarily, because if you don't, you're not going to get it, and you're probably going to be lost in the story. So you're forced to read the book to use this Monopoly. That's what I'm saying. Okay? Okay. I had difficult times drawing. I had stress and everything. You shouldn't hear my excuses, but this is go to jail. Go directly. You cannot pass the go. You don't earn nothing from it. And you cannot collect $200 every time you pass it, which is the minimum. I got advance and you get 200. Immediately go straight. It's like this. If you're in a mystery and you answer it correctly, or say you got it wrong, and you go to the Minecraft treasure chest, that's what I'm gonna call it, because I have nothing to call it, or chest, or whatever. It's like this. You go to a chest, you grab one of these, you instantly go. That's how much you are going to earn. This is pretty much go to the nearest advance that you're able to get. So it's like this. It's like this. If I'm right here, right, and you got this in a treasure box, and it says advance back, you get back 200 off of it. There's some questions. It says, the dog saw you, go back 3 spaces. Once the police dog finds you, you start hiding, right? Because it smells something suspicious, like the books. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you know what? Put 3 spaces. That way he moves back. So he's walking back quietly, not letting the dog catch him. So you gotta put 3 spaces back. But you lose a turn. It says right here, in the opening scenes, why are books compared to birds? One of those parts of the story that you have to answer and find out why is it. It says, I have some questions here. What do firemen do for a living? Why is it ironic? Why is it ironic? It has to tell you that. I have it in here, but I don't know if I should show it or not. If you ask me to show the answers, I will do it. I just don't know if you want me to. Or should I leave it like normal, like the normal questions? It says, right, what does Montag think about his job? What does he think about a job? Does he think about, is it pleasure? Or does he think it's for fun? Or is it just his job that he has to do? The way he thinks of it. It says, who does Montag meet on his way to home? Who did he met when he was going his way home? Montag. Who did he met on the way home? It's gonna ask you there. The questions is focus. Okay. During his conversation, Montag says that you never wish it off completely, referring to the Kiro sense. What could this mean in Cyberless? Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. It says, describe the help that she receives. I think so. It was Clarissa. I think so. It was Clarissa. Describe what she was dealing. I think so. That's how the answer went. I don't know. It says, describe the help that she received. I tried to find some other questions, but some of them were off topic. I think so. They were like at the end. I couldn't find some good ones. I'm sorry. I went to part 1, some parts. if I'm correct. This is, why do you think that Bradbury would introduce Clarissa before Montague's wife, Milroy? Introduce Clarissa before Montague's wife, Milroy. Sorry if you hear my brother in the background. Says, how does Montague react after she wakes up from her previous right experience? No di nada, mamá. Ahorita estoy grabando algo, Margie, del proyecto, poquito. And it says this. Why does Milroy need help when Montague gets home? It's gonna ask you these questions from the mystery ones. The treasure chest is the ones that says you earn 200, you lose 200. I think you won't be interested in that. It's pretty much like the simple ones from Monopoly. Nothing special about it, to be honest. I have each part has the payment. I have it here. I put them in direct order, reds and reds. It tells you how much you owe in each page you have to read. That means the ownership of it. The only way to lose in this game is bankruptcy. Pretty much is it. If you ever play Monopoly, some people don't. Don't say anything, please. They mean harm. I'm sorry that I'm recording like this. Low key holding it in one hand while explaining everything kind of hard for me. Sorry, and I'm doing it in my lefty. It's my weakest one. So it's pretty much that. It's reading through each page. This is the Minecraft chest. And the mystery ones, I decided to make it a little bit different. Each one, every two I made. This one's boxy, this one's kind of chunky. That's a candy corn. I made a candy corn. It's a mystery. Wait. Ah, here it is. So you get to see each page it's going through. And I put this one, just sit. Remember in the part where Clarissa and Montague sit? I just put that one because in Monopoly, there's the free parking space. There's nothing to do. You can just sit there and relax. So I just put a chair and put just sit because you're remarking it. Going through, I put made in China too. The treasure chest, the simple treasure chest. To be honest, I didn't know how to draw a dog. This was the first time. And I usually don't use the computer to draw it. I try to draw it like on hand. I don't like that. I don't like drawing it on the computer because I don't feel right about it. I just don't. This is how I drew the dog. It took me so long, you know. So you got go to jail. This is gonna be the cyber police dog, which is gonna follow everywhere. So every time you go here, say like this. This is Montague. You roll up 2 and 1s, right? 2 and 1s in Monopoly. You go through 1, go to jail, and you lose a turn or 2. You could pay a fine of 500, but you lose a turn. That's what you lose. Sorry about my parents. I'm recording in the living room. Please. This is what it says. Treasure chest. Read through 35 through 34. And all the way you stop at page 40. That's where you stop reading. These are the purple one's the most expensive one. Reason why is because it's at the end, it's the hardest one. Because in Monopoly, me and my cousins, at the end, we always try to get the last one because we always knew that it was the expensive one. And if you didn't get it, you're screwed over. Because if they bought the houses, check this. If I bought two houses, green ones and one here, like this one, the purple one, right? You're gonna rent $600. Max is $900. $900. That's how much you're paying. They got 3 houses already. That's how much they have to pay. Or 2. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you the basics of. Say like this. You got all the houses, right? Sorry if my phone isn't focusing. If you got all the pages, right, from each page, but say like this, you got 2 pages, but you couldn't get all of them because all your friends were bankrupt. The only way is to try to survive and keep getting the mystery ones, or the ones that you own. Say like you own the green ones and some of the blue ones, but you don't have the orange ones. The orange ones here, then you're pretty much screwed. So you have to try to survive and not pay them and owe them rent every time you step on your law. Simple as that. This was almost like my 5th page that it took me. I ripped some of it because it didn't go as planned. Now I regret it, and now what happened? It's not good. It's not good enough. My expectations went wrong. This is what it looks like. I want to get better, to be honest. I don't like it. It says Fahrenheit 451. I put the she's right. Monopoly, the fire. We got the cap with the fireman, the books. This is a different drawing of. Oh, I just wanted to make it different, but I failed. I failed. I put Monopoly ripoff edition. I'll probably just get up. This is how it looks. Focus. There we go. That's how it looks so far. I want to get better. I know this is like small, but I want to get better. And I will. By the time this recording finishes, probably next week, I'm going to start refixing it more. I want to make it more beautiful. And if I do finish it, I'm going to record it again and show you a better version. This is the first one. This is the 1.0. I'm going to call it the 1.0. I want to get better at this. I don't like how it turned out. I know I could add more, but I had a lot of places to go and I had enough time. It took a lot of time for me, personal time, and now I'm using all of it. Just don't like it, but I want to get better. Promise you, I'm gonna make it better. I wish, and if I can't, I can't, but I will. Guarantee. I am putting faith in God that I will finish this and make it better, just for you, Mr. Dinerstein. But overall, I don't like it. I don't like it. It is not good, not good enough. Because overall, I made a lot of projects that are way better than this. I made RC Can. I made a lot of stuff that a lot of people wouldn't think, and I never knew a Monopoly board would take me more than making all those stuffs, because it's so much. I had to read it. I had to read some of the pages, but like, I don't know what to add, and it got me so mixed up. So instead, I just put it pages. Like, you know what? I'd rather make people read pages because it would make sense, and they'll probably know the book more, what it's talking about. Because if I just put some things in it, they're not gonna understand, and they're probably gonna get confused. So yeah, I'm gonna get better. I promise you. I won't fail you. Don't feel me. Okay, I think so. This is. If you don't believe me, I didn't do anything. This is how much I put. Put a lot of questions. That's just in case if you don't believe me. But I will fix it, I promise you. I will. It's just the materials didn't work out as planned. It just made it uglier. Okay, goodbye. Have a nice day. And give me a decent grade, please. Por favor. Or fail me if you want. It's basically my fault the way it looked out. It's not good, to be honest. I don't like it. This is the worst project I actually made. I don't like it. I want to get better. I will. I'm pretty much asking for sympathy. That's what I'm asking. Okay, you'll probably see this on YouTube since Socrative didn't work for me. It didn't work. Every time I uploaded, it crashed, and I gave up. So I'm recording this on YouTube. Guarantee I'm gonna post it. All right, peace out.